Hi guys, it's Lara. Thank you so much for watching and welcome back to my channel. Today it's gonna be a short chatty video. There is something I would love to discuss, and that is getting up early. Now, I would not necessarily claim that I'm a person who likes to be woken up or who likes to get up, but I do like getting up early because I feel like there are so many benefits, so that's what I'm gonna talk about today. And if you wanna know about my thoughts on that, then please keep watching. I think the most important thing or the biggest benefit for me is that when I get up early, I feel like there is so much time for everything I want to do that day, and I don't feel the usual pressure that I have when I get up later or like really super late. For me, I think like the best time to get up is something around 6:30 or 7 because then I can have my slow start. I don't like to rush things in the morning. I'm not necessarily grumpy, but I'm also not the chattiest person in the morning. And I just like it quiet and slow. So when I get up around like 6:30 or 7, I have enough time to drink my water, to snuggle with my puppy. I can feed Hercules, and then I can slowly start up warming up and do my sports. And I can also take enough time for stretching because I have always had this huge wish to be finally able to do splits, but unfortunately I started stretching very, very late, somewhere end of my 30s, and it just takes a while until the flexibility improves. I am getting way better, but it is a slow process, and stretching regularly is a must. And that way, when I'm not stressed in the morning, when I have enough time, I can always make sure that I take my foam roller, roll out my muscles, and then I can stretch really long time. I do have a video about my stretching journey. I will link it down below. And also I filmed for you guys my stretching in real time. So I will link the video also down below. Now, since I have a day job, I do have to manage my time very well in order to be able to do also YouTube on the side. Partially also because this is not my only channel. I have actually in total 4 channels, which sounds crazy, but I'm not ready to give up any one of them because I love actually every single one of my channels, no matter how small and unimportant some of them might seem to people, but I'm just enjoying what I'm doing. But if you have a day job, of course, filming and editing is a lot of time, so it is sometimes really tough, especially with my DIY projects, because filming DIY videos requires a lot of time because making the things itself is already time consuming, but when I'm filming that, I have to move the lights and the camera and then the editing, and I have to make photo shoots and the thumbnails. This is really tough sometimes, but as I said, I'm just enjoying that a lot. And getting up early is something that also allows me to be able to do that, because when I get up early and I do my morning sports, then I have time to film, just like I'm doing, for example, now. Then I can make lunch and then I go to work. I work only part-time. That's of course so much easier than for people who work full-time, but I guess that not many people would be crazy enough to have more than one YouTube channel. The thing is also, when I get up early, I do not eat immediately because I'm usually not hungry at all. So I do my sports and then I have my breakfast, and that feels also great for me. I don't know if there's any health benefit. I'm not an expert, but it feels really natural to me, and intuitively it feels like this is the right thing to do for me. And there's the next thing, I get tired a little bit earlier, but that also means that I go to bed kind of early. I mean, the latest at 10 o'clock at night. So I get also at least 2 hours sleep before midnight. And getting early to bed also feels kind of natural to me. I used to be one of the people who loved being up at night. I actually worked many years at night because I used to be a dancer, and we had many gigs at nightclubs where we would dance in some kind of a disco or something like that. I used to work as bartender, and I've been also working as a flight attendant, and very often I had to fly at night. But when I stopped with all these jobs, when I actually started working regularly only during the day, I noticed that my natural rhythm kind of adjusted itself. And even though I used to hate getting up earlier than like 10 o'clock or something like that, I found out that over the years I actually started enjoying getting up very early, and It wasn't like I would force it, but it kind of happened. And I guess this is probably because it might be more natural to my body than being up at night. Now about the things that I notice when I do not get up early. That happens especially during winter because it gets dark so early and it is always super long dark also in the morning, and I feel like, oh, I want to sleep a little bit longer. But whenever I do that over a longer period of time, I notice that I get all these mood swings, braces and talking, always a challenge, mood swings, and I always notice that nothing gets done and I feel demotivated. And whenever I then start forcing myself again to get up early, things improve. So I like keeping it that way. Of course, I allow myself when I feel like I'm super tired, or like last week when my dad had his heart attack, I felt so wiped out. So I had like 3 or 4 days when I would sleep, I think like 10 or 11 hours a day because I needed it. My mind needed it and my body needed it. So of course there can be exceptions, but in general, I like to keep it that way. And when I feel like I'm starting to get lazy, I always set my alarm. And in general, I feel like this is really good for me. And now I would like to hear your thoughts. Do you hate getting up in the morning? Do you have some morning rituals that help you? Like, for example, some people need coffee, some people need morning sports. I never drink coffee. For me, a glass of water and a little bit of sport is enough. But I understand that we are all different and some people have different needs. So I would love to hear about yours. And that's all I had to say today. I'm so curious about what you guys are going to write. I love hearing from you and thank you so much for watching. As usual, there's a lot of stuff listed and linked down below. And that's it. If you ended up enjoying today's video, I would be super happy about a thumb up because that really helps my channel. And you can also subscribe to my channel if you didn't yet. That would be amazing. And see you guys next time. I love you so much. Bye.